Alright fellas, so I'm about to change the clutch slave cylinder on the D21. Not exactly sure what could be wrong with this one, other than the rust that's on there. In the last week or so, it's been a little difficult to get into gear, especially when I first start the truck up. I have to wait for it to completely warm up or get the temperature, and then she'll start to, go into gear like normal. But even then, the pedal feels just a little not quite as firm as what I'm used to. So here's the new one, and I painted this one. I'm still waiting a little bit for the paint to dry. So I'm going to install this third steel braided brake line that I got from the kit that I got the other day. I'm going to install this and replace this hose, which is a shame because this hose is relatively new too. The other thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to completely drain the brake fluid. I'm just going to completely drain it out and put new fluid in. It's going to take however long it takes to bleed the system, but it'll be worth it to have, a whole new batch of brake fluid in there. Unfortunately, this tripod is just a little too tall to be able to use underneath the truck. So I'll record as much as I can of this process, by holding my phone with one hand and doing as much as I can with the other. But I can't guarantee that I'll be able to record everything. So if I'm not able to record something, I'll try to explain as best I can what I'm doing, and then just do it and show you guys the after. So let me get out of here. I'll let this dry a little bit more, and then I'll start with this process, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully you guys can see. Before we do anything else, we're gonna install this line onto its spot, because it's gonna make the job a lot easier to just have this already threaded in and tight. Gotta use the right one. Snug this sucker down. That should be good. Okay, so now we're gonna install the new nipple. I'm not gonna tighten it up or anything like that. We're just gonna thread it in. Make sure she's on there. Alright, so before we do anything else, first I'm going to drain the brake fluid from the reservoir over here. Pump the clutch. I'm trying not to hit it hard so that the fluid down underneath doesn't just shoot out in the stream. Let's see if that's done anything. Okay, I pumped it several times, probably like 20 times or so. Got most, if not all, the fluid out. So I'm gonna clean up downstairs, clean the whole area up, and then work on installing everything up, and then work on bleeding the system. The bleeding part's gonna take a little while because obviously we've drained the lines. So it's going to be a little tedious, I mean for me, but for you guys it'll be much quicker. Alright, hopefully you guys can see. Here's the spot where the clutch slip cylinder bolts onto. And here is the hard line that we're going to connect one end of the that steel braided line to. And then here's the bracket where that's going to go into as well, so that it doesn't rattle or anything like that. So as soon as I get the clutch slave cylinder bolted up, I'll be right back. I really wish I could set the phone up where you guys could see what's going on, but there's just nowhere to mount it. But anyway, I'll be right back. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. Got the clutch slave cylinder bolted on there. Now I will need both hands to do this next part, so I won't be able to record it. But to get this line to mate with this one over here with the hard line, we need two different sizes of these open-ended wrenches, and we got to use them both together. One end for this side, and the other end for the hard line, and you can so you can get leverage and be able to tighten it properly. But first, I'm gonna angle this so it's, you guys can see. If we can keep that there in place, we might not even have to use the wrench for the big one. If we can keep that in place. Now if we can get this aligned proper. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. Got both ends of the lines on there. Now it's time for the fun part, the bleeding. I'll be right back. So after took some doing, finally got the clutch nice and bled. Here's hoping she ships decent, as long as I can get her to go into all the gears, and then take her for a test drive, see what happens. Gear 1, 2, 3, 4, get out of here, go take her for a test drive, see how she does, and I'll see you.